My name's Nick Dutch, and many years ago, in the dim, dark, distant days of my childhood, I had one particular experience that was very curious, a very strange personal experience. When I had this experience, I questioned it, I tried to work out what it meant. As time passed, I started to believe to myself that I had come across something that was interesting, different, possibly even useful to a certain extent. I described this to myself as a discovery. It was almost as if I was Darwin in the Galapagos Islands, coming across the finches, drawing conclusions about the way the natural world seemed to operate. The variety of experience in common folk mythology could be regarded as being a ghost experience, because that's essentially what I saw. It was a lady in rather old-fashioned dress, long flowing thing, bustle and everything else, large hat, the works, being see-through. And I could see my wallpaper behind her as she walked past and then faded as she approached the door. And this was in my bedroom when I was a child, probably about the age between 3 and 5. I think I was about 4 years old at the time. The thing is, that wasn't the only experience of a strange or seemingly paranormal nature which I have had in my life. There have been many others, and the more I've analysed them and the more I looked into them, the more I believed and realised that the actual experiences themselves could not be put down to chance, nor could they be put down to some variety of aberration of consciousness brought about by, a health problem or a fever or something of the like. It was just not possible at all. So I set about going through the process of trying to explore these things. But I've come across a lot of dead ends. And the reason I've come across a lot of dead ends is because of the folk mythology surrounding this one particular subject, and how it has got so deeply ingrained in people's minds. It's almost as if people are distracted away from the phenomena and trying to find out more about the phenomena, and onto trying to prove conclusively their mythology about, let's say, life after death, or a religious issue, or karma, or fate, and the rest of that. And this is possibly one of the reasons why there's been quite a tremendous growth over the years of New Age religiosity, and not enough in the way of hard and fast exploration of these various phenomena. And to be quite frank, this has always made me very angry, personally speaking. Because if we are dealing with something which is natural, because if it occurs in the natural world, it has to be by its very nature natural, it must require further research and experimentation, because it could lead to an improvement in people's health, better understanding of the human condition. It could possibly even be used for communication technology, and so on and so forth. However, the more we carry on focusing on the folk myths, the more we carry on focusing on trying to prove a religious idea, or one particular group of people trying to prove that their religion is correct as a result of having these various strange experiences, the more we're driven away from doing what is right, and that is exploring the phenomena themselves. And through a large portion of time, when I've been running this one particular YouTube channel, that has been the main point of my own personal ministry and mission, despite the fact I may have done videos on other things, and I probably will continue to do videos on other things. Now, what I'm going to do today is something which is a little hypocritical. And the reason it's a bit hypocritical is because I'm going to go towards the camp of the mythology. And I'm going to show you an experiment which I'm going to do based upon the mythology of the New Age world. Okay? I'm going to show you this. You've seen these before. You've seen me use this before. Some of you may even be feeling rather concerned inside yourself because you're seeing the word spirit board on top. Oh, there's pentagrams and all sorts on it and crescent moons and oh my god, it must be terrible and evil. Okay, let me try and explain this to you quite categorically. This is a piece of cardboard. It's a piece of cardboard with letters on it, okay? And this is a very cheaply produced piece of fiberboard with a hole in it, which is in fact the wrong size for the letters in question on the board. If you believe for 1 minute that this is a device which reliably gives you any form of contact with the spirit world, you are deluded. If you are certain that this is a device which helps you contact the spirit world, you are deluded. You are deluding yourself. You are mental. You've got things wrong with you. Your thinking is incorrect and inappropriate. Okay? That I can tell you as a fact. Because you are within the mythology which says that this piece of cardboard, okay? It's a device for contacting spirits. It isn't. It's a piece of cardboard. Alright? I had my nephew come down, or we actually used this as a ramp for his toy cars. And he's still alive and well, okay? And this, it's nothing of any real consequence. Alright? When I turn around to you and tell you that you are being delusional, if you think this is a tool for contacting spirits, you're wrong. Okay? You know, you are wrong. Your thinking is wrong. Your entire understanding is wrong. You are wrong. But, and there is a very big but here, there is something you can do with these things which is curious. And that thing is the ideomotor experience. Okay? Which is something you can train yourself in to a certain extent. Alright? And with the ideomotor experience, what you do is you get a strange result. And the result is that the piece of cheap fiberboard, probably pressed in some kind of slave labor factory somewhere in China, appears to spell out a message. But the key thing about the ideomotor effect is that it's an idea within your mind, hence the first part of the word ideo, okay, ideomotor, the first part ideo means idea in your mind, and motor being a motor response in your fingers which are resting upon what is within the terminology of the culture called the planchette, namely in this particular case a cheap piece of Chinese fiberboard. Okay? Alright, and you train yourself with a bit of meditation and all the rest of that. You learn how to get your posture right so it feels more comfortable for you, and you hold a inner conversation. Alright? Yes, the experiences that I have had, the ones which appear to be of a supernatural nature, leads me to develop theological beliefs about the existence of possible spiritual beings. But I am intelligent enough to know the difference between a belief and a fact. Okay? I actually have that much of a brain inside my head to be able to distinguish between the beliefs I have and the facts about the world. Facts I know to be true and beliefs I don't know to be true. I have some experiences, I don't have concrete evidence. So if you think, right, Nick, you're a Satanist because you're playing with a piece of cardboard and a piece of cheap fiberboard, go away. Seriously, just go away. I've got no interest in you because you're mental. You are mental, you are delusional, you've got things wrong with you. If you're someone who's coming to me and saying to yourself, this is curious, because what this guy is claiming is that once in a while a strange experience can happen using some forms of physical tools and a psychological exercise called the ideomotor effect, carry on watching the channel. Okay? The experience is just an experience, and the wonderful thing about an experience is it does not, under any circumstances at all, prove any form of theological point of view at all. Okay? This is something you have to get deep buried into your head and to understand with great clarity, because there's still people following my channel who are under the delusion, alright, that I am opening up a portal in the universe right now. Okay? Opening up a portal, and evil spiritual beings are going to come and attack me, and the board is going to burn up in flames, and I'm going to have a car crash and all that kind of stuff. No. Just plain no. Where is your concrete evidence? You haven't got any. You've got fear, you've got paranoia, you've got anxiety issues going on, you've had strange things happen in your life which makes you afraid of anyone of a religious nature, and many religious people are pretty lunatic, I admit it, okay? But just relax. It's psychological. That much we know. This is a psychological experiment and a psychological experience. It is not, and I repeat not, opening up a doorway to hell so Beelzebub can come out and draw you down to hell by your bootstraps. Please, relax. I'm really going to have to drink some Darjeeling tea after this video, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm going to do the experiment, but I wanted to prime you and get you to understand, quite simply, that this is a piece of cardboard and this is a piece of fiberboard. Okay? There's no sort of like satanic, Illuminati, evil, demon, New World Order religion coming down to take away from you your, fundamentalist, literalist Christianity bollocks. It's not going to happen. Alright? This is psychology in action. This is people trying to find out about the mind and the body. This is what the tool is. This is what it's about. You can ask any questions you want, but if you're going to ask a stupid one, you're probably going to get a stupid answer from me. It's psychological. Okay? Ideomotor experience. No Satan involved, no Beelzebub involved, no anything else involved apart from your mind and a couple of pieces of cheap equipment, which you can make yourself at home. Okay? It's the mind, alright? But it's curious. That's the important thing. The messages you get out are curious and fun. And you can use it to try and explore, hey, why did that message come out? Maybe it was something to do with a fear I had or an issue I had from a while ago or whatever. Just like play with it. It's fun. It's a tool. It's a toy. It's a curiosity. But it's not hard and fast proof of anything. So I want you to understand that and relax. Remember to breathe. Glad I've got that out of my system. And stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be cool.